Star-Spangled Banner. Band. Ready? Band.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the 167th Braintree High School Commencement Ceremony and celebration of the great class of 2025. My name is Christopher Scully. I am the proud principal of Braintree High School, and at this time, please rise and body are in spirit. BHS Festival Orchestra plays our national anthem. Thank you. You may be seated. At this point in the ceremony, I would normally invite to the microphone the president of the class of 2025, Emily Tran, for a formal welcome. But Emily has lost her voice this week, so I will invite not only Emily, but also Clodagh Horan, the vice president of the class of 2025, who will be reading Emily's speech. Clodagh and Emily, if you would.
Good morning to the wonderful crowd who has shaped us into the accomplished young adults, and an even greater good morning to the class of 2025. I'm in shock. June 7th, 2025 once seemed like a part of a faraway land, a day we wouldn't have to worry about coming anytime soon. Finally, the wait is over. But not so fast. Let us remember our roots and how we are all the product of hard work. On behalf of the graduating class, I have endless thank yous to share. Thank you to our administration and the leaders of our community. Thank you to all the staff who keeps this building on its feet, like the custodians who seamlessly pick up our Mary Lou's Red Bull spills. Thank you to the security booth staff who recognize our tardy faces all too well, yet greet us with a smile like it's their first time. Thank you to the guidance counselors for holding our hands through the treacherous waters of the college application season. Thank you to the teachers for planning thoughtful lessons. With the constant dedication from our teachers, it's hard to believe that they don't live at the school. My last thank yous to my mom and dad, and mine, for all the rides, all the criticism, and all the encouragement. None of us would be here without the mentors who pushed us to be the best version of ourselves. The class of 2025 is special, and this is likely not the first time that you've heard that. I knew it the moment that I saw Caitlin and Catherine run for the first time during our freshman year of winter track. Man, are they fast. I also noticed this when I saw that in both chamber orchestra and tennis, there are more members of the class of 2025 than in any other class. What connects us is our will to achieve, our potential that we choose to fulfill. I hope that as of today, your check boxes for high school have all been checked off and that your to-do list is finally done. Whether it's your first heartbreak, a pasta party, an all-nighter, senior sunrise, or prom, it's a memory that defined our teenage years. The friends we have made and lost along the way forced us to reflect on what our childhood brains refused to accept. The lesson of quality over quantity. Now look around and let this sink in. Despite our individual battles, we showed up. In the words of Frederick Nietzsche, or Kelly Clarkson if you're more familiar with her, we are proof that what doesn't kill you really does make you stronger. We have so much to be grateful for. We're the first class since 2020 that can say that we have spent none of our high school years remote. This just might be the last time we're united like this. One of these faces you see on your way out might be the same face that lands you a corporate job in 8 years, so be kind. The truth is, life will never be this simple again. Despite these 13 years of wisdom, there are still some things that boggle my mind. Like, why do we eat lunch at 10:36 a.m., and when will the seniors be allowed to use the pool on the 4th floor? I understand the innocence that we've lost and the bills we have to pay are intimidating, but believe me when I say that there is nothing we cannot handle. Congratulations to the class of 2025. I am so proud, and I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else.
Thank you to Emily, and thank you for Claude for stepping in. And now, Caitlin Chang, the BHS Student Body President, will deliver a message for her classmates and guests.
Good morning, everyone. Before I begin, I want to take a moment to recognize our loved ones and our mentors who are here supporting us today or cheering us on in spirit. I know I can speak for myself and many of my peers when I say that your guidance was monumental in getting us to this moment. For those of you who I have not had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Caitlin Chang, and I had the honor of serving as your student body president this year. My journey, not only through Braintree High School, but also Braintree Public Schools, has helped me discover my passions while giving me an appreciation for the little joys in life, like air conditioning and peaceful parking lots. 7 years ago, as I walked out of Hollis Elementary School, my principal, Mr. Mack, gave me a piece of wisdom. A piece of wisdom I didn't truly understand then, but now as a senior in high school, I think I finally understand. Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future. I truly believe that we are a reflection of the people we surround ourselves with, and that is a lesson I learned through my 4 years at Braintree High School. Sometimes friendships happen by going out of your way to meet new people, or sometimes they happen by coincidence. Like when a group of unsuspecting sophomores trauma bonds through their struggle in comprehending chemistry, or when you strike up a conversation with the person waiting next to you in the breakfast line for a chocolate chip muffin. Nonetheless, it is the qualities of those who surround you that you yourself adopt. When you surround yourself with people like the leaders of the BHS student organizations, you become inspired to join Best Buddies for one of their monthly parties or attend the Environmental Club's annual Tree Fest. When you surround yourself with motivated and dedicated individuals who can come together to strive towards a common goal, you get the first ever BHS senior prom on a yacht. And when you involve yourself with diverse ideas and perspectives, like those of our Bridges and MVP peer leaders, our stand-up rally performers, and our BHS musicians, you become a more empathetic and understanding person. Sometimes we don't realize the impact we have on others, but in front of me, I see so many leaders and individuals who have helped shape me to become a better person. Whether it be through watching the seniors on the basketball teams empower each other to make it deep into the MIAA tournament, viewing my peers help a new student navigate the multitude of staircases at BHS without hesitation, or taking action to support our school's community through the uncertain circumstances we faced last year. I think we at BHS got really lucky, because even though we didn't necessarily get to choose the teachers, faculty, and coaches who surrounded us, we are surrounded by hardworking, caring, and committed individuals whose dedication to their students encourage us to work harder and achieve further. I urge you all to surround yourself with people who will not only support you through your ambitions, but also push you out of your comfort zone. People whose presence alone will help you become the best version of yourself. I encourage you to surround yourself with people who will force you to think critically, consider new ideas, and find a cause worth fighting for. whether it be using your strengths to help others or providing a voice to those without one. Although we may never enter another building as breathtakingly beautiful as Braintree High School, as we enter the next chapters of our lives, whether it may be college, serving our country, or entering the workforce, we will inevitably meet new people and form new friendships. So I ask you all to consider 3 questions. Who is the person I want to become? How will the people I surround myself with help me become the best version of myself? And how can I make a positive impact on others with my actions and my attitude? I hope I can speak for all of us when I say that our experiences at BHS have prepared us more than ever to answer these future questions. Congratulations, class of 2025, we did it!
Thank you, Caitlin. At this time, I would like to acknowledge the dignitaries and invited guests joining us here today. The Mayor of the town of Braintree, Mayor Erin Joyce, the Chairperson of the Braintree School Committee, Ms. Lisa Fisk-Keeger, the Recording Secretary of the School Committee, Ms. Kathleen Tuffy, Superintendent of the Braintree Public Schools, Mr. James Lee, Incoming Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Tim McDonald, Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Nora Vernaza, Chief of the Braintree Police Department, Mr. Timothy Cahoon, Chief of the Braintree Fire Department, Mr. James O'Brien, and the many members of the BHS faculty seated to either side of me and serving as chaperones amidst the graduates. My apologies, Chief Viola. At this point in the program, I would like to briefly acknowledge some of the many people who have helped contribute to the success of the class of 2025 and have helped to make this year's graduation celebration possible. Before I do that, however, I would like to make one special acknowledgement. Yesterday, the BHS administration learned of the passing of Tommy Mahar, who served as the head custodian of this school for 50 years before retiring this past December. Like numerous principals before me, I personally relied on Tommy for every aspect of this ceremony, and his institutional knowledge was superhuman. He was also a source of constant joy for everyone that he came in contact with, and his impact on the BHS community, both personally and professionally, will last for years to come. In recognition of his legacy and his love of this event, I ask everyone present to take a moment in his honor. Thank you. Thank you as well to the members of the Town Council, the Braintree Fire Department, the Braintree Police Department, which has been instrumental in planning both our graduation ceremony and other senior events this spring. Our 3 assistant principals, Mr. Andrew Dellery, Ms. Nancy Moynihan, and Mr. Matthew Reardon, have worked tirelessly on this spring's events, but more importantly, have managed the educations of the graduates you see before you throughout their 4 years here at BHS. The Braintree Public Schools curriculum directors and the BHS guidance staff have led our students through their high school journey. Head custodian Dan Keegan and the entire BHS custodial staff, Mike McGordy, Justin Zahn, Bruce Monahan, and the Town of Braintree's Department of Public Works, the Park and Rec Department, and finally Wes Ray at BCAM have all contributed their many talents to multiple aspects of this year's celebration. A special thank you to Marianne Baker, who has helped on numerous aspects of this ceremony, including managing the distribution of faculty gowns and hoods, and to Administrative Assistant Jillian Cooney and Assistant Principal Moynihan, who every year spend months planning and coordinating all aspects of this ceremony. The event would not be possible without their efforts. And finally, I would like to acknowledge the Braintree High School faculty and staff for the incredible work that they have done over the past 4 years in preparing these students for this memorable day, work that continued the efforts of the BPS educators who worked with these students prior to high school. In particular, I would like to recognize Bridget Smith and Matt Baker, the senior class advisors, whose vision and perseverance have aided the class of 2025 in countless ways. At this time, I would like to call forward Ms. Smith, Mr. Baker, and the officers of the class of 25 for a presentation.
Thank you so much to Mr. Baker, Miss Smith, and Miss Gray for the past 4 years of all the hard work they have contributed to the class of 2025. We had the best 4 years ever and the best prom. Thank you so much.
To all of these people mentioned this morning and to those that I may have overlooked who have contributed to this ceremony and to these students' success, thank you. At this time, it gives me great pleasure to recognize some members of the class of 2025 for certain impressive and noteworthy accomplishments. Please hold your applause until the members of each group have been recognized. Braintree High School graduates have a proud tradition of serving in the United States military, and 7 members of the class of 2025 have already committed to serving in the armed forces of this nation. I ask them at this time to stand and be recognized, and for everyone to hold their applause until all names have been read. Anton John Arizola, United States Navy. Elizabeth Coote, United States Air Force. Derek Doherty, United States Marines. Andrew Gaffney, United States Marines. Matthew Kennedy, United States Marines. Benjamin Killefer, United States Navy. Lex Williams, United States Marines. And at this time, I ask all of the active, reserve, and veteran members of the military present today to stand along with these graduates so that all of you can accept our thanks and our applause. Thank you. You may be seated. There are also several members of the class of 2025 who have achieved all A's and B's throughout their entire 4-year career here at BHS. I ask these students to stand as I call their name, and I again ask that you hold your applause until all names have been read. Isalina Ackerman, Rohan Amatia, Lucy Carr, Tayshawn Carter, Tamiris Carvalho, Caitlin Chang, Ryan Chipman, Sean Dowd, Ella Dietzick, Zachary Fernandez, James Fitzgerald, Muhammad Hassan, Alexander Huang, Irini Kolsanaku, Eric Lee, Nigel Lim, Erin Lin, Justin Liu, Nicole Mack, Rachel McConville, Catherine McPhee, Joao Miranda, Ashutosh Mishra, Grace Mitchell, Enyao Mong, Jack Nguyen, Alex O'Connell, Nora Piccolo, Maze Zeskis, Emily Tran, Ryan Vo, Michael Whittam, Marco Zavala, Chloe Zong, Ziyu Zong, Betty Zhu. Congratulations to these students. At this time, please welcome to the stage the class of 2025's Salutatorian, Catherine McPhee.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Catherine McPhee, and probably for the 20th time already today, congratulations to the class of 2025. I'm deeply honored, well, slightly terrified, to stand here in front of you all this morning to celebrate this monumental stage in our lives. Today, we celebrate all of the accomplishments we've achieved and the challenges we've overcome throughout the past 12 years of school, and look forward with the utmost optimism to the wonders the future holds for us. If Mr. Pelletier's A-Push class has taught me anything, it's that you can never have enough pistachios, but also the past contains the clearest instructions we have for life. We learn from experience what time to leave our house in the morning to avoid the infamous Five Corners traffic. We learn from experience how to balance our academic and social lives. And we learn from experience which people are our true friends. Then from the past, we bring our new knowledge with us to the unpredictable future. Now, unfortunately, unless anyone here has a flux capacitor and a DeLorean traveling at 88 miles an hour, the past filled with memories and lessons, and the future full of hope and uncertainty are forever out of our reach. However, there is something that is perpetually with us, and yet it's largely the most neglected aspect of time, the present. Ever since we were little kids, the present has often taken the back seat. We were frequently asked, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" And as we answered with a plethora of teachers, doctors, firefighters, or celebrities, our minds were trained to focus on what lies ahead. "I can't wait to stay up as late as I want," soon became, "I can't wait to get a phone," or "I can't wait to get my driver's license." And now more recently, "I can't wait to graduate." But even as the waiting waned and we inched closer to June 7th, we still chose to ignore the present as nostalgia flooded all of our minds. As all the baby photos flashed across the screen during the senior slideshow, some of us have probably found ourselves thinking back to when the only things that mattered in life were bottle flips, fidget spinners, and slime. When we got 8 feet of snow and 2 weeks of no school in 2015, when the Patriots were actually good, and when the price of gas was under $2. I mean, come on, that was the life. We find ourselves thinking back to when the 25 in front of our school emails seemed so far away, and we wish we could experience life as it was back then before we jump headfirst into adulthood. Well, the truth is, June 7th, 2025 is finally here, and we are just minutes away from walking across the stage, diploma in hand, as official Braintree High School alumni. So I ask all of you, if we can't embrace the present now, when will we? For me, this answer came freshman year when my mom passed away from cancer. Looking back, I'd been so caught up in schoolwork or endlessly scrolling on my phone each night that I lost out on time I could have spent with her. I would do anything to go back and put the phone down so I could make pancakes with her like we did on the weekends, or even just to hear her warm voice again. So take it from me. You really do not know the value of a moment until it's gone. So cherish what you have today before it's too late. I'm not saying to forget about the past or the future, but you need to understand that you exist now, not then, nor later, but in the now. I want everyone to do me a favor. Let's all reflect. Just take in the essence of living presently at this very moment in time, because there will never be one exactly like this ever again. Then, when you leave here today, remember to hug your family tight. Go fight with your siblings if you have them, and laugh with your friends until your stomach hurts, because soon these times will become fading memories. As we enter the next stage in our lives and branch away from our roots here in Braintree, I urge you to stop wishing away the present, because it isn't going anywhere without you. And rather than saying you only live once, recognize that each one of us gets to live every single day. So go. Live every single day, not for yesterday, not for tomorrow, but for today, in the present, where you are in the driver's seat. Once again, class of 2025, it is with my deepest pleasure to say congratulations. And if anyone has zoned out sometime in the past couple minutes or so, here's the too long didn't listen version. Live presently, live now, carpe diem. Thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. And now our final student speaker on today's program, the class of 2025's valedictorian, Eric Lee.
I have a confession to make. I am a gambler. No, not that type of gambler. You will not be finding me in Vegas anytime soon. But just give me 3 minutes, and I'll convince you that you're a gambler too. Let us turn time back to the very beginning of our journey here at BHS. Coming off a year of hybrid and virtual learning, there was no way to tell what high school was going to be like, no way to tell how incredibly mean your teachers would be, no way to tell who would be your friend. You stepped foot into BHS regardless, whether you were full of confidence or ready to hide in your bed the second 2:05 hit. There were no guarantees, not even any signs of normality while wearing masks our freshman year, but you still showed up. That's a gamble. And look at where that brought you. Stepping foot into high school was one of the first of many gambles that you took. Trying to join a new club, gamble. Trying out for the football team, gamble. Taking an AP class for the first time, gamble. Going to your first job interview, guess what? That's a gamble too. BHS has brought us our fair share of firsts, the tries for something new where only your faith could tell you that it would work out. For each gamble, whether you were successful or not, look at where that brought you. Then there was the grind. Some of you spent countless hours in the gym. Some of you spent that time on TikTok. Some of you worked the closing shifts. Some of you hit the books until midnight. And some of you consulted ChatGPT every night. Did you build your body exactly to your vision, get those straight A's, or find the perfect things to spend your money on? Maybe some of you. Others, not so much. Yeah, you all took the gamble, putting in the work without truly knowing it would pay off. All you did was take a chance and believe in yourself. Look at where that brought you today. Graduation. Today is the day where we celebrate our achievements, our grand accomplishment of escaping BHS, and all the gambles that brought us to this very moment and made us who we are today. Today, we look back and see all that we have endured and persevered through, but now it is time to look forward. We are all at the end of one beaten path, and we must be ready to face the new path that lies ahead. Adulthood comes with great uncertainty, but we've seen that uncertainty before in our very first steps into BHS. There, we took gambles, we took chances, and now we can reap the rewards. Life is not so different. There's no way to tell how the future will turn out. AI might take over the world, gas prices might rise to $10 a gallon, or BHS might even get a renovation. There will always be things out of our control, but you are still the pilot of your own life. You owe it to yourself to take every opportunity available, even if it is a risk. You have one life, one chance. How will you make it count? So, class of 2025, I urge you all to take a leap of faith and don't stop gambling. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. At this point, our program offers me the privilege of offering some remarks to the class. Those who have been in my office might remember a quote written on the whiteboard in there from Ralph Waldo Emerson, which tells us that nothing great was ever accomplished without enthusiasm. I keep this quote in my office as a reminder. If any of us want to accomplish anything of note in this world, we first need to be enthusiastic ourselves, and then, most likely, encourage enthusiasm in others. All of you sitting here today have already done this. To have endured through 4 years of triumphs and of failures, of academic successes and of academic struggles, takes both a level of dedication on your part and the support of the teachers, counselors, coaches, advisors, and family around you. That quote itself comes from an essay called Circles, the point of which is simple but useful. Basically, the essay reminds us that every action in this world can be outdone. Every end is really only a beginning for what comes next. This should be clear to all of you based on your academic, artistic, and athletic growth while here at BHS. You passed math in 9th grade, but are your math skills better today than they were then? Do you know more history? When you ran a personal best in 9th grade or benched a new max, was it the end of you getting better? Did your vocal range or your mastery of scales or your brush control improve over time? Of course these things have improved, and yet 4 years ago you might not have even known what was possible beyond the circle that you could see at the time. You should know that this phenomenon will continue as you move on to college, to careers, to family life, to community involvement. Around every circle that we can think of, another can be drawn. Along with our own improvement, this idea of circles is important for how we understand friendship. Social scientists tell us that our circles of friends radiate out in increasing size, and it is one of the reasons that I think how you are sitting here today on this field is so appropriate. Think about the circles of people immediately around you, those you have chosen to sit next to. You are in these seats in this order, after all, not because of height or class rank or first letter of your last name, but because you selected them. From there, think of the circle that encompasses the graduates in your house, and the bigger circle that encompasses your entire class. Expand from there and consider all of the connections that you have if your circle includes the faculty sitting here on either side of the stage, and the family and supporters sitting behind you. Now imagine a circle that includes your whole community, the elementary school teachers, the coaches, the neighbors, the barbers, the pizza shop owners, the co-workers, and the number of connections that you have grows exponentially. And take a moment to reflect, too, on the circle that includes family members or mentors or even classmates who have passed away, such as Job Porter, many of whom you knew way back at Flaherty or at East or here at BHS, but who isn't here to celebrate this day with you. All of these people may not be sitting next to you this morning, but they are part of your circle. They are included in your personal circle, and you are greater because of those connections. And so as you begin your life beyond BHS, make sure to cultivate your circles and foster your friendships. BHS is a place of friends that make you a better person and friends to be valued no matter where your life leads. I know that I have made friends here at BHS that I will always value in this way, and I hope you have done the same. Graduating from BHS means many things, but perhaps the simplest is at the end of this ceremony, you will be leaving the circle that defines BHS right here, right now. This isn't a reason to be sad, however, but a cause for celebration. You will always be part of BHS, but all of the adults here today are so excited to see the new circles you are about to make in this world. Class of 2025, I am truly proud to have been your principal, and I look forward with great joy to all of your successes to come. Congratulations and good luck. And now, with a deep sense of gratitude for the many years of dedicated service that he has shown this district and this school in particular, I am pleased to call to the microphone the Superintendent of the Braintree Public Schools, Mr. James Lee, to formally present the class of 2025 for the awarding of their diplomas.
Thank you, Dr. Scully, and thank you for all that you have done for Braintree High School. As I begin, I want to echo the sentiments of Dr. Scully by expressing appreciation for all of the people responsible for these students being here today. Teachers, nurses, paras, custodians, the police, the fire, town officials, parents, and to anyone else I might have missed, we thank you. Class of 2025, congratulations. I think what I quickly learned reading through your yearbook quotes was that everyone needs someone. Of course, that was readily apparent as soon as I realized you have no less than 5 sets of twins in your class. Built-in companions for some. Though sometimes it appears even those relationships can be a little contentious. Hannah Carr targeted twin sister Lily when she wrote in the yearbook, "You stole my face." Lucy's answer, "Headed first." Daniel Kim shamed twin brother Ryan, "Ryan stole my last name." And Catherine McPhee took the opportunity to say, "Jacqueline, it's time to tell the truth, you're adopted." Of course, twin Jacqueline quickly pointed out, "No kidding, you are too." There was love between twins, too, as Kiana and Mackenzie O'Sullivan wrote all right, it was a quote from Frozen, but as a parent of 2 girls, I can't do the quotes anymore. I can't watch the movie one more time. It's a really nice quote. Please read it in the yearbook. It's a wonderful sentiment from the girls. Lord. So everyone needs a partner. Is that the lesson? Thomas Q knows, as he wrote, "You can catch flies with honey, but you can catch more honeys being fly." Some looked after their reputation like Emma Connor, who said, "If you saw me at Marshall's," no, you didn't. Talia Lynn chose to explain, "I am a lot nicer than my walking to class face, I swear." And Andy Lee knows of the support another person can offer when he wrote, "Remember to spare some change when you see me in the streets in a few years." And others wanted companionship for completely different purposes, such as Chloe Nicastro, who said, "Whatever life throws at you, duck and let it hit somebody else." Then there were members of the class who found affection for, well, themselves. Micah Curtis opined, "Wait, this writing is fly." A direct quote from, oh yeah, Micah Curtis. And Kevin Dang wrote, "Dang, that was fun," which pays homage to one Kevin Dang. Even Sean Dowd expressed some love for his own abilities when he said, "Not enough yeast in the world for how much bread I'm going to make." Yes, everybody needs somebody. Andy Gaffney's teammates needed him knocking down every Milton hockey player on the ice. Such protection will be appreciated by his new Marine teammates. As your mother knows, Andrew, you made it really hard to choose which number 25 to root for. Kate Clancy, Caitlin McGonigal, Orla McGowan, Brianna Murphy, and Colleen Seibert all shared the quote, "Lady Womps forever." Over the past weekend, I spent time with a group of my high school friends celebrating one of their 60th birthdays. I wish for each one of you girls to share the same moment with each other in a few years. Some in the class still need people, like Antoine Power, who pondered, "So if I'm going to be in the yearbook, when am I going to be in the decade book?" Antoine, who's your math teacher? Or Connor Leighton, who said, "I was forced to smile for this photo." It's a good look, Connor. Maybe think your twin sister, Kaylee. But class of 225, you're right. In the end, it is the people near us that make life grand. And sometimes you have to look at them like Michael Casanova looked at Braintree High School. School might be plagued with asbestos, but at least we got a flat screen in the lobby. We are all a little imperfect, but that's what makes us all such great company. Although sometimes, like today, it is time to move on and find new people. Right, Gavin Fitzgerald? His quote was simply, "I'll be back." Gavin, it sounds a little bit like a threat, and we need to talk restraining orders at the end of the ceremony. And with that, Mayor Joyce, members of the school committee, parents, family, and guests, I am proud to announce that the students being honored today have met the rigorous graduation requirements established by the Braintree School Committee and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It is a great honor for me to present to you the Braintree High School class of 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. At this time, I welcome to the stage Assistant Principals Andrew Dellery, Nancy Moynihan, and Matthew Reardon for the conferring of diplomas. Please note that after all of the names of the graduates have been read and their president has led them in the tassel salute, the class will recess through the south end zone and out of the stadium. Families are encouraged to meet their graduates on the field beyond the softball diamond or in front of the school.
It is my pleasure and privilege to read the roll for House 1. At this time, I would like to introduce Ms. Lisa Fisk-Heeger, Chair of the Braintree School Committee, who will present the House 1 diplomas. Emily Tran. Eric Anqua Le. Catherine Lurong McPhee. Lily Rose O'Brien. Misa Sito. Allison Puyen Lee. Betty Zhu. Chloe Zong. Emma Janie Townsend. Olivia Simone Rinaldi. Aaron Burgess. Charlie Dennis Kinsella. Finn William McConville. Ian Wah Law. Tayshawn Tyrese Carter. Andy Lee. Lucy Josephine Solomon. Grace Catherine Malcolm. Erin Mary Kelly. Owen Thomas Donnelly. Joshua John Hankinson. Michael James Witham. Owen Doherty Kelly. Micah Connor Gerald Curtis. James Alexander Ostrom. Colin Francis Casey. Eamon Michael Maloney. John Howard McDonough. Matthew David Rogers. Christopher Richard Rogers. Matthew Joseph Ryan. Omar Talal Ghanim. Kaiki Kevin Oliveira Silva. Sydney Du. Suki Wu. Grace Kimberly Mitchell. Krista Sanaya Colley. Christian James Keegan. Zachary Edward Fernandez. Devin Cole Lucas. Jana Faisal. McKenna Lee Dunjay. Allison Caroline Donnelly. Isabella Josephine Hogan. Fiona Mary Joyce. Jacqueline Lufu McPhee. Sadie Rose Driscoll. Ashley Maureen DiMarzio. Jessica Anna Najar. Abby Rose Barrett. Tatum Rose Walsh. Aiden Paul Sullivan. Aiden Scott Medeiros. Maze M. Zeskis. Antoine Gwynn Powell. Durio Joe. Abigail Jackson. Akshat Pandey. Cole Thomas Vandor. Ashutosh Mishra. Nigel P. Lim. Jonathan Zhao Lin. Aaron Fei Lin. Enyao Mong. T. Min Tran. Irini Demakis. Amy Gabriella Kaplan. Aoife Caroline Mulcurrens. Fatma Chaseb Al-Qureshi. Kaylee Ann Layden. Benjamin Eugene O'Brien. Haley Michelle Richmond. Naima Shaira Renee Thomas. Gavin Joseph Cordero. Lillian Michelle Mariello. Julia Farron Stock. James Donald Fitzgerald. Sean Padraig Dowd. Juliana May Leslie. Harmony Juliet Charnel. Elizabeth Grace Coote. Isabella Kika. Emily Shi. Nicole Danny Wu. Danny Tuan Nguyen. Ryan Vo. Haishang Liu. Kevin Chen. Harrison Allen Poe. Christy Sargent. Kale Young. Leon Aiden Loy. Darren Nguyen. Karina Gating Liu. Kaylee Nicole Leighton. Olivia Marie Singleton. Isabella Liana Perez. Lex Salvatore Williams. Kylie Ann Yun. Elisa Trong. Yuen Nguyen. Sarah Peters. Bram Thomas Martin Cass. Connor William Leighton. Kaya Grace Fromm. Emily Wanzan Zhou. Ava Rose Rin. Sophia Rose Troll. Heber Chavez. Andrew Javante Walters. Zadani Brandow. Frederick James Hall. Josiah James Fleury. Matthew Robert Violet. Owen James Adams. Aiden Noah Santiago. Thank you, Ms. Fisk-Heeger. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Andrew Dellery, who will read the roll for House 2.
Thank you, Mr. Reardon. It is my pleasure and privilege to read the roll for House 2. At this time, I'd like to introduce School Committee Member Ms. Kathleen Tuffy, who will present the diplomas to House 2. Francesca Joy Spadorsha. Clodagh Mary Horan. Peter Bruce Sentas. Mohammed Maz Hassan. William Thomas Shasha. John Robert Kanaber. Irini Kolchanaku. Sanvika Seti. Ana Valentina Garcia Trujillo. Nathan Michael Welnecki. Marco Arturo Zavala. Bridget Elise Curran. Zainab Essen. Manya Kishore Saukar. Nicole Guan. Sarah Chen. Shrinika Parvathagari. Sonia Chu. Jaya Falcon Arsenault. Gabriella Maud Rose Sparks. Mackenzie Pham. Nicole Mack. Arun Hassa. Ki Nguyen. Lawrence Lamb. Dion Lee. Camden Thomas Lee. Joseph Nguyen. Tyler Locke Lee. Julia Elizabeth Polara. Erin Rita Valancourt. Lydia Cheng. Frankie Bianca DiMaria. Zara Patricia Mello Silva. Delaney Grace McKean. Audrey Elaine McGurdy. Riley Jean Burke. Layla Joyce Morrison. Sadie Catherine Webster. Colleen Ann Seibert. Megan Maureen Fahey. Hannah Faith Sherrick. Gabrielle Lillian Morse. Brooke Marie Hayward. Ioannis Garcia. Mark Anthony Pizzi DeMeo. Molly Alexis Heron. Fallon Marie Spada. Kaylin Grace Fan. Orla Mary McGowan. Kristen Olivia Malloy. Jenna Rose Capadona. Leonardo Rossi Bresciani. David Antonio Pressman. Isabella Rosalind Duffy. Weston Michael Hammond. Hannah Mary Carr. Lucy Madge Carr. Jessica Lynn McConville. Rachel Elizabeth McConville. Iselina Layla Ackerman. Audrey Grace Kavanaugh. James Patrick Curry. James Matthew Frechette. Jacob Ryan Busey. Connor Leonardo Partison. Matthew Ryan Visser. Amir James Cullinane. Dylan Lawrence Curtin. Michael Wilson Giblin. Maxwell Daniel Erdodi. Jonathan Anthony Keene. Lars August Liriel. Kaylee Noel Wakeling. Jacqueline Sarah Parker. Evangeline Nicole Diaz-Lacayo. Nora Kate Kelly. Wenna May Panalo. Aaron Jacob Panalo. Sarah Dorsey Wanagle. Rhea Chanel Doyle. Ethan Alexander Kumiga. Thomas Tan Koo. Alexander Santiago Romero. Jamie Scott McLeod. Ryan Ellis Moran. Declan Patrick Morrison. Joseph Dillo Kameko. Devin C. Zhang. Philip Summer Nguyen. Chi Tin Nguyen. Cole Francis Zupkowska. Xavier Bryce Romulus. Charlene Zavensky Fong. Giliardo Jesus Centeo. Aiden Neil Russell. Derek Bobby Doherty. Rohan Amate. Eric Junsi Mack. Jason Nguyen. Paco Lam. Enzai Kwong. Jasmine Kongo. Anaya Miracle Mark. Nevaeh Crowder. Josiah Santana. Ashley Diana Mercurine Galloway. Camden Lee Carlson. Eliza Jadiel Figueroa Silvestre. Evelyn Siki Moy. Caroline Ruth Berry. Daviel Armando de la Cruz. Andrew Joseph Honahan. Alexis Natalia Zimmerman. Molly Francis Casey. Alexa Quinn Garcia. Michael Anthony. Test.
Check. No, it's there we go.
Michael Anthony Banville. Nolan Antonio Keene. Delilah V. Dow. Esther Yenlam Lee. Bridget Grace McCauley. Connor Patrick Grieve. Garode Liam Stones. Brandon Almaty. Patrick Joseph Roach. Theodore Evan Phillips. Aiden Joseph Knievi. Sean Brian Massey. Ashaz Mohammed Ahmed. Matthew John Kennedy. Vin Tay Din. Michael Cavalcante dos Santos. Dominic Anthony Hooper. Giselle Lanai Harris. Luke William Cronin. Joao Victor Felipe Santos Miranda. Stephanie Becker. Dylan Neves Fernandez. Kwan Victor Carvalho Campos. Terrence Minji Guan. Constantina Grace Olivadotti. Peter Howe K. Alexander James Huang. Brian Tran. Jonathan Hinshin Lee. Matthew Haolang Chu. Colin George Hines. Joshua Ryan Janowski. Lois Jane Critchley. Ashlyn Gertrude Barrett. Alex Michael O'Connell. Jisaiah Jose Martino. Braden Gerard O'Doherty. Kathy Lee. Eleni Papayanis. Leanne Taha. Thank you, Ms. Tuffy. At this time, I would like to introduce Assistant Principal Ms. Nancy Moynihan, who will call the roll for House 3.
And then Moynihan hit the stage. I'd like to start back in 1969. It all began. You know, fun, Jim. I know. I have a record. I'm all set. Apparently the microphone works. Thank you, Mr. Dellery. It is my pleasure and privilege to read the roll for House 3. Caitlin Hong Yi Chang. Mava Julian. Caitlin Ma Chen. Fatima Hassan Siddiqui. Zara Fatima Ali. Emily Yun Lee. Jai Liang. Mimi Takeshi. Jack Nguyen. Justin Liu. Chloe Shaoxin Liang. Kellen Kachan Zhu. Donald Gao. Chloe Rebecca Nicastro. Ella Mae Diedzek. Mia Grace Ficillo. Lola Elizabeth Antonelli. Emma Elizabeth Connor. Audrey Elizabeth Dennison. Kira Ashley Zolano. Awamalia Jean. Sky Shiloh Burnside. Talia Catalina Lynn. Sean Michael Canavan. Peyton Matthew Bork. James Patrick Monroe. Marcelo Andrade Barros. Sean Ahinuma Osagi. Tamaris Perea Carvalho. Maria Eloisa de Almeida Costa. Jenna Jihad Hamuda. Joshua James Bessie. Kevin Dang. Tiana Fan. Stephanie Kwong. Janice Locke Tang. Melanie Moy. Mia Jo Hargrave. Riley Megan Lee. Alexandria Lauren Middleton. Mahathi Shankar. Gingjing Chen. Wing Lam C. Brianna Faith Murphy. Kate Nielsen Clancy. Presley Grace Sherrick. Caroline Grace Malloy. Kiana Marie O'Sullivan. Mackenzie Michelle O'Sullivan. Kaylin Hope McGonigal. Daniel James Norwood. Nicola Marjanovic. Shelby Lynn Nula McMenamin. Sean Robert Needers. Cameron David Crook. Ryan Luis Medina. Calvin Tran. Jared Richard Coughlin. Richard David Ramos. Mason Larry Dion. Cameron Agostino Confaloni. Joseph Michael DiMartino. Germano Andrew DePina Jr. Andrew Gaffney. Matthew James Harvey. Callum James McClory. Aiden Patrick Finn. Owen James Murphy. Gavin Raymond Fitzgerald. Emily Yinja Zhao. Anna Lee. Caitlin Trong. Emily Tun Pham. Julian Alexis Villegas. Victoria Rose Aiken. Pietro Mayore. William Jeremiah O'Driscoll. Ryan Patrick McGinty. Ricardo Antonio Varela. Anton John Arizola. Michael Thomas Casanova. Anthony Young Gritchick. Cameron Brian Courier. Gustavo Antonio Padilla Perez. Nicholas Angelo Yamamoto. Samuel Patrick Ward. Benjamin Michael Kellifer. Ava Ma Sheridan. Shreya Rangathanan. Kaylin Elizabeth McDonough. Summer Nevaeh Lamont. Matthew Michael Gabriel. Kaysen Rowe Drainville. Kevin Kwong. Daniel Ki-woon Kim. Ryan Kim. Kenny Huynh. Cody Tran. Christian Zachary Sobral. Natalie Kerr. Sophia Irene Cartererkis. Addison Marilyn Laura Doherty. Samantha Aaliyah McClure. Griffin Joaquin Chan. Aiden Zen Huang. Jarvis Kaiwei Liu. Elson H. Liu. Lucas Leite. Candace Mew Wong. Maya Rose Lampier. Xantera Alana Hall. Marissa Elizabeth Carey. Dylan Carey. Kamani Hill. Jaden Nguyen. Josiah Molina. Kevin Ruiz. Adam James Donahue. Benjamin Welch DeMeo. Caleb Hayen Louie. Evan Daniel Callahan. Ryan Robert Chipman. Kevin Joseph Hanrahan. Lucas Patrick Eggers. Brian Gomes Almeida. Victoria Eugenia Makucha. Adrian Lau. Sarah Yep. Azra Sinar. Mackenzie Gale Wallace. Cameron Gloria Walsh. J. Jean Wright. Devin Paul McDonough Keneally. Dominic Lee Hoy. Ryan Thomas Smith. Christopher Moore Carey. Chase Thomas Bailey. Francis James Toohey. Connor Martin Killeen. Derek Yale Cologne. Amin Ryan Irma Zalman. Robert Michael Kelly. Nora Rose Piccolo. Giovanna Laura Peasy. Caitlin Dang Mai. Jonathan Christian Scribner Livingston. Kaylee Ann Ragucci. Julia Catherine Romano. Thank you.
Emily, if you would, please lead your class in the tassel salute. Assembled officials, administrators, teachers, and guests, I present to you the Braintree High School class of 2025.